Heyo, OmniDogs and OmniKittens. OmniDog here with an overview of Savage Sword of Conan. Conan. Okay, come on, get with it, Jess. This is a bit of history and nostalgia for me because this is a magazine that came out when I was probably around 14 years old. And it is something that came out as a magazine form to get around the Comics Code authorities, so it's more violent and a little racier than comic books could be. So here's what this is the cover that I went with for this book. It's got skeletons, Conan fighting on there. This is just, there's some blood going on right there. This is pretty standard sword and sorcery stuff going on. As you can see, it's got a beautiful spine to it too. But we'll see some of the covers that are a little more savage. Sorry. We start out with a really good... this is really special because it gives all the creators. You'll see that Roy Thomas and Barry Windsor Smith and John Buscema are all given lots of credit, as are a big who's who of all the incredible artists and writers that were involved in this. This is pretty special. Then they give a very intricate table of contents, which is great. This is really good. You don't get to see this a lot. It even gives the house ad page numbers. And then you get an introduction that's very important to read because it gives the history of the Savage Tales, which became Savage Sword of Conan. And it's really important to read. I suggest that you do it because it gives a history of what Marvel Comics was like at the time. And it was really interesting to read. I loved it. Loved reading the history. And here you have the famous cover, Savage Tales. It started out as Savage Tales 1 through 5, and then they changed it to Savage Sword of Conan. And you can see right here how different it was. There's Conan. Conan standing with the beheaded head of some guy, blood-drenched sword with a woman clinging to his leg. So you could tell that it's different right away. And this is interesting not only because it's the art is right away different because it's a young Barry Windsor Smith, and this is a great tale. You can see the art's different right away. It's a little racier. This is early Barry Windsor Smith when he was just Barry Smith. But this story is so famous that it's told twice in this book. And the art in this book overall is unbelievable. It's great. And it's different than other black and white stuff because this is not black and white with the color stripped out. This is black and white meant to be black and white. It was drawn in black and white, so it is fantastic. Other black and white stuff, you strip out the color, they print it in black and white on cheap paper, it doesn't look as good. This was meant to be black and white, and so it is beautiful stuff. And a lot of it you see is different styles. And here is the very first tale of Man-Thing. Not Howard the Duck, but Savage Tales. Let's see, there he is. Then he went to Howard the Duck. Here's Black Brother, a story that was never heard from again. So there you go, house ad, and is it Khazar? I don't know. But you can see all the different styles, which was really cool. See, here's Conan the Barbarian, chained up, woman in trouble, bad guy. Red Nails, which is a very famous story. Roy Thomas, great writer. And here's more of that great Barry Windsor Smith art. And then there's also short stories and history of Robert E. Howard, the creator of Conan. Here's some more different style art, which I love, that all the different styles, how beautiful it is. All the techniques that are different. And here's a bit of a ancient poem. See, this book is packed with really cool stuff. Here's another great cover. Let's see, what do I have bookmarked here? Oh, okay, let's see what's before this. Oh, there's a great cover. Oh, there's an interesting Weird Tales. That must be where it originally appeared. In Weird Tales, the pulp stuff. Here's some Barry Windsor art. But this story is interesting because Gil Kane, Neil Adams, diverse hands do the art. And for the life of me, I can see Gil Kane in there. But I cannot find Neil Adams' influence in this at all. So now I guess I can see Neil Adams through here a little bit. I can see Gil Kane right there, but I guess it's kind of a mixture of the two. I thought that was interesting that they were in there. I don't know who did what. They were the inkers and the finishers. So that was interesting that they were both on that. Yeah, those are Neil Adams' eye and cheekbones right there. So that's cool that you get history like that. And that's definitely a Neil Adams-ish face with a Gil Kane nose type thing there. So there's a bit of a mixture. Yeah, you definitely can see Neil Adams throughout here. Let's see what I have bookmarked here. Red Sonja. Here's some appearances. Now, I don't know my Conan history well enough to know when the first appearances of Red Sonja were in comic book form, but here she is for the first time in this book, and they are good friends, and she's just as tough as she is, which is how it should be. Red Sonja is one of my favorite characters, and if I had my act together, I should have just Googled when Conan and Red Sonja first appeared together in comic book form. And I am OmniDog. I should know this stuff. So I apologize. Mea culpa. But she appears throughout this part of... this is really helpful that it has when this appeared. And this is Savage Sword of Conan. So this is after the first 5 issues of Savage Tales, which then got swallowed into Savage Sword of Conan, which ran 12 issues. So Red Sonja appears throughout these next few issues of Savage Sword of Conan. And as you can see, as usual, Sonja does not have much in the way of a costume. None of the women do. What's going on here where I bookmarked? Oh, here's the Frost Giant's daughter told again. I thought that was funny that it was told again in Savage Sword. Oh, and here I wanted to highlight just the amazing job that John Buscema and Alfredo Alcala did. Look at the penmanship and cross-hatching the detail that is going on in this book. This is all cross-hatching, the pen and inkmanship in Black Colossus. Unreal. I don't know that you see that these days. All the effort. I don't know if my camera's doing it justice, but wow. This is some kind of just amazing artwork. All the cross-hatching and linesmanship. Yee. This is some true craftsmanship. And it just goes on like this throughout this book, like for the whole story. Yeah, come to think of it, none of the women have very much on in this. I guess that was part of the appeal of, and why not? I was 15 years old. No wonder I liked it. Look if you can see, this is all just tiny little lines of cross-hatching and just amazing work. So this book is just a wonderful mix of beautiful different art styles and just great black and white illustration and great writing, really. I mean, the writing is some kind of beautiful stuff. It's all very interesting and fun writing. It never failed to keep my interest. Oh, and here's Tree of Death. Here's the classic cover, the crucifixion cover. And this is a very long 60-page story where a woman's supposed long-dead sister, her twin, she's the queen of a village, and she's the ruler of a small empire. Her evil twin shows up and takes over and ruins everything. And Conan is tied to a tree of death, and is crucified, but he escapes it, gets his revenge. It's amazing. It's one of the best Conan stories that I've ever read. It is an epic tale, and I think it's one of the most famous. Here, we'll start. It's one of the most famous Conan stories ever. Here, the woman finds her twin sister attacking her. And here's Conan on the tree of death, getting crucified by the evil queen's evil henchman. And of course, Conan escapes. I don't want to tell more because that'd spoil it, but he gets his revenge. And it is awesome. This is one of the most fun Conan stories you can read. It's really great. Really great. Goes on for a long time. I mean, you don't see too many pictures of debauchery like this in any kind of Bronze Age comic. So that's a classic story that is really great. Let's see what else I have bookmarked. Oh, some more great pen and inkmanship with great, just some mighty drawing here. Yeah, the artwork in this book is just astonishing. What do I have here? Oh, here's some more unbelievable. Now, this is like a poem, Death Song of Conan the Cimmerian. And look at this different style of art. It's just incredible. And it's told as a song. As this guy singing a song of Conan the Cimmerian with this different styles of art that are great. And then I think that's pretty much it. I mean,